it's Alison from Virtually, and I've made this video today just to show you the different options there are to gather email addresses if you are organising a webinar, and so that you have people's email addresses. They have to register for your event, and this is useful maybe if you are organising a Zoom webinar and you want to gather certain details from people. Maybe you don't have a website where you can publish your event. Maybe you don't have MailChimp or a form that you can put on a website. And so this is another way around it, and quite an easy way to gather details as well. So if you log into Zoom and go to your meetings, I have a paid account, so I can register up to 100 people. You call your meeting whatever it happens to be. So I'm just going to put a test here. Virtually how to get organised webinar. And let's put it for the date of the 26th of June. This title, the topic, will carry over into your confirmation email. So it's best to keep it something that really says what it is with the date. And then you select your time as normal. Let's put it for 4 o'clock next Monday for an hour. Maybe I should do this now that I'm doing it. I actually create my own. And when you get down to the registration button, you actually press this. And you'll see that when you go on down then and save your meeting, that it then brings up different options. So you have registration, email settings, and branding. And if we go into the branding first of all, you then have the option to upload a banner or and your logo, and they suggest the dimensions here. So I went into Canva just before, and in Canva you can create the custom dimensions image. So you put in custom dimensions, and you put in this 640 by 200, and that will readjust your image to the size it should be. So if we just go in and we will upload, I downloaded it here already, and I just put my motto here with the webinar. Actually, when I think about it now, it probably be better if I had put the title of it, How to Get Organised Webinar. And you can upload your logo as well. And they say here, for example, to do it 200 by 200. So I just need to create that in Canva. And I'll just show you how to do that when I'm in. So you create a design at the top right hand corner, custom dimensions, 200 times 200. Create a design, and then you need to have your logo uploaded, if you don't already, into the upload part of Canva. And if I press on upload and just scroll down a bit, because I've lots of things in here, I'll just pick this one just for the sake of it. And you just need to make it fit, to the size of the page. I am very graphically challenged, so I find it very hard doing things like this actually. And I'm just going to download that as a JPEG. It suggests that you have it as a JPEG, and go back to the Zoom account, upload it then. And you will see here as well, which I think is very smart, you can also add a description, and they said that will make it easier for people with visual impairments to access and understand the images. So I'm just going to write here, Virtually logo, and my logo actually is taking your admin key away. And you can put whatever you want there. And the same for your webinar description. So here, for example, you could put webinar, the date, how to be more organised, and add that. So those things are in, that's fine. And then if you go to your email settings, you'll see that you can put in the email contact that people will get the email from. So maybe you have an account set up with Zoom on one email, but actually you want the participants to send any queries or to get a confirmation from another. That you simply edit that there. And then you've got the confirmation email that goes as soon as people sign up, and you can edit here over on the right. They put in automatically meeting topic confirmation, so you can put here, for example, webinar, how to get organised. And I think it's good to have that as the subject because people will see right away what it actually is. And then you put in your own free text. So they have automated text here. Hi, username, thank you for registering. And then you can say whatever you want. You can personalize this. I'm really looking forward to seeing you on the 29th of the 6th at 4 p.m. And if you can say to them, maybe if you have any areas that you struggle with from an organisational point of view, please let me know in advance. And maybe you want to send them, maybe you have a YouTube channel and you want to send them towards a video of something else that you've spoken about, or it's related to this topic. You can put in there whatever you want. There's quite a lot of room, and then you put your own email sort of closing, taking your admin pane. Oops. And you can cap blocks it there, as I just proved. Awesome. And that's fine. Oops. Just adjust that. And then you see it will come up all the other details of how they get into the Zoom meeting below that. So I'm just going to copy that and I'll show you more after. And then we just press save there. So that the branding, the email settings we looked at, you can then send yourself a preview email to see what that looks like, and it'll go to this email. But for the registration as well, you'll see that there are different boxes ticked here: allow attendees to join from multiple devices, show social share. But if you go right over here to the edit button, you will also see that, for example, you can set this up that the registrants will automatically receive the information in that email that you just typed as soon as they sign up, or you can manually approve it. And maybe there's someone that you've maybe blacklisted from your email that you don't want them to join webinars. Maybe they've been a problem maker in the past, I don't know. But you can maybe move that to manually if you want to for some reason. You can also get a notification when someone registers, so you always see who's signing up. I would probably tick close the registration after event date, so people aren't signing up to an event that has passed already. I think it's probably good to tick that. And then here in the questions, so Zoom automatically asks people to fill in their first name and email and the last name as when they're signing up. But you could also say, for example, you're in the business that sells a product, and maybe you go out to visit people, or maybe you have sales reps in different areas. It could also be good to get their postal address, or maybe their organization. Their title probably might be quite useful too. So whatever, just think in advance, okay, what would be good marketing details and research for me to have for the future, to market to future people or understand what their problem is. And that is why I saved my organizational question as well. So you can custom your questions. So here it says, obviously you're prohibited from soliciting confidential personal information. You have to be careful with GDPR as well about asking people for very personal details like their birthday, because unless you have a really valid reason to know that, you shouldn't be asking for obviously the credit card details, any kind of banking details and things like that, or their medical history, anything like that. So if I put a new question here, for example, and say, something related to something about struggling about the organisation. Is there something? Is there a topic in your business? Or what is your biggest? Let me see. What is your biggest organisational pain? Typing seems to be mine today. What is? And you can, yes, create that. And you can create actually quite a few questions there. So that's a very good That's a very good tool to have as well. It gives you a bit more sort of data, market data for the future as well. So I'm just going to save that. And then what you can do is you send the test to yourself there, where we're back in email settings. Send me a preview email just to make sure that you like how it looks. And you can save it as a meeting template as well for future things. I might just do that as well. I'll just put that as that in case I do once in the future. And then to actually copy and send this to people, all you do, as you do normally, is you copy the invitation, and this in the middle is the real link with the date. So you can copy all of that. If you have a Facebook group, you can put that in. Maybe you have email list or that people have signed up to events in the past. You can email them that. You can put it in a WhatsApp message group. You can, if you do have your website, you can just copy the paste, maybe even the link onto that. So as long as you're not getting bombed, I suppose, by people who shouldn't be there, that's always the security issue that you have these days. But if you have a secure place to put it, and you can go and look and check who the people are really signing up, that's a good way to gather details. And it looks nice in the background, because you will see actually that when you open the link, that it creates a pretty nice view as well for people to sign in. So I hope that helps you today, and if you have any more tips that you need around that, don't hesitate to contact me. Okay, thank you.